Okay, so I've been meaning to sit down and do a video explaining why I was gone for like a month, but we're still going through the process of figuring out what exactly was going on. But long story short, let me make sure that I have my dates right. I think it was right before Veterans Day. Let's see. No, it was, I want to say like the week of the 15th in October. We decided that we were going to go ahead and get rid of our Explorer and go get a minivan. We had gone to our Honda dealership and looked at a couple, and they weren't really in our price range, and then we decided to go down to our Kia dealership. And we went there and we talked to them, explaining, hey, we now have 3 kids, it's a little bit harder to get them in and out of the car. We want something that's bigger, we're looking for a van. And they basically told us, yeah, we can work with you, da-da-da-da-da. Well, they had shown us let me go ahead and get some pictures. They had shown us a 2015 Sedona, and we were all for it because it looked really nice. The mileage was decent on it because obviously we'd have to get something used. So we looked at that one. We spent an hour to 2 hours at the dealership, basically trying to figure out if we could work this car. Now, we test drove it. We did everything. We're working out numbers, whatever could happen. Well, come to find out, apparently in the back of it, is this it right here? I think this is it. It has one of those like handicap things in the back of the car. So this was the van that they were showing us. And in the back of it, it had, where is it? There it is. It had this, which obviously could be taken out of the car, not a big deal. So they told us that they were going to take it out. We were going to do an even trade with my Explorer because I'd only had my Explorer for a year. I got the Explorer right before I got pregnant with my last baby. So after an hour and a half, 45 minutes, I think, somewhere around there, they had told us, yeah, we can get you in this van, we can lower the price for you, you're just going to have to pay $1,500 out of pocket to take that handicap thing out. Well, obviously I don't want to pay anything out of pocket. I was doing an even trade. So with the even trade, obviously you don't really pay anything out of pocket. They wanted me to pay $1,500 out of pocket. That wasn't going to happen. I told them, no deal with that, and we'll just go look somewhere else. And I was with one of my best friends, Canberra. So he comes back and he brings up a brand new Sedona that was up front. And he says, we can work this with you. You would just have to go ahead and get on our finance program. Well, again, I don't want to pay anything out of pocket, so I wasn't going to do that. So we left that day because it was almost like 6 o'clock at night. We come back the next day, and one of the general managers, whatever, he goes, yeah, so I bought you a brand new car. Here's what it is, and it's a Dodge Grand Caravan. Now, the friend that I was with who took me to go look at all these cars, she has gone through, I don't know how many Dodges or Chryslers or anything like that, and she had told me, and I had already known, that I wanted nothing to do with like Dodge or Chrysler. As nice as the cars are, I want to stick with like Toyota, Honda, and Kia. Those are my top 3. Well, he brings that up, says that he can fit me in it. Today, we don't have to work anything out. I have all this, what dealers usually tell you. And so we test drove it, and I was like, yeah, it's nice, but it doesn't have everything that you were telling me one of the other cars would have on it. And so he goes, okay, so that's a no deal. Well, then as we're about to leave and get ready to go look somewhere else or keep looking, he comes out and he goes, how would you feel if I put you in a brand new car? And I said, well, if you can work it to where I don't have to pay anything and everything is even trade, like, fine, that works for me. He goes, yeah, well, we can get you in a 2018 Kia Sedona, but it'll just be the base model, which is an L, I think. And so he gives me that, and I said, okay, fine, like, we can do this, we can start paperwork, da-da-da-da-da. He never even tried to, he doesn't have one on his lot. he went and called after he had made this deal with me, and the people that had the car wouldn't drive it down here. Like, they wanted to keep it at their dealership, which is fine. Like, I understand that. But he makes this big whole ordeal, gives me this plan, and then doesn't even have the car in his lot, and doesn't even make sure that the people will even drive it to him. So this is day 3 that we've been dealing with the dealership, because we started on like a Monday. So here's Wednesday, and that's what he tells us. And I said, okay, well, I still want to be in like a Kia. This is, if you can make it work, like today's the last day. So roll around to Thursday evening. I had gotten a phone call from the guy that I was working with. He said that he could, they were going to get it, but it wouldn't be here till Friday. I said, okay, that's fine, but just know, like, if it's not exactly what you told me, I'm going to be, you told me this deal, I'm going to walk away if that's not what you told me, because then you just straight up lied. Well, Friday rolls around, it's like 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night, and 7 o'clock at night on Friday, and he rolls around and he says that the car had just got in because apparently they had to go up and get it from Pennsylvania, which is like a 2-hour drive from here. And we go and we look at it. There's a paint chip on the back that's off, and then they were like, yeah, we'll work on that, we'll fix it when we go ahead and detail it, but you won't be able to walk away with it tonight. You'll have to go ahead and come back tomorrow and fill it out. You don't get any more brownies, Jackson. No. So we come back Saturday, we get the car, we fill out all the paperwork. It takes about 45 minutes, so we go to the birthday party. We'll come, go back to November 3rd is when I asked when I can get my car painted. And long story short, they didn't have anything until that next Monday. Ask about it again on the 14th if they had any word on when they could get me in. They didn't say anything. Can you stop, Jackson, please? About when they could get the paint fixed on the van. They told me that they can do it that next Monday, which was the 19th. I asked on Sunday, and he said that was fine, but he wouldn't be in because he has jury duty. So I called that morning and I asked them, and they told me that Donnie wasn't in yet, but just to come in. So I go all the way. So I go all the way down there. It's a 45-minute drive from my house.
I don't like it.
And come to find out, the paint job takes a full day. No one told me that. The painter guy wasn't even there, so I had to go twice. So the first time that I went, I had to wait for the painter guy. Well, I was already there for 40 minutes, and the kids were acting up. And one of the guys came and told me that, they called the painter guy. It would take him about an hour to get there. And I said, okay, I'll just come back. Get home, feed my baby, feed the kids, feed myself, get a call, go back. I'm not laughing. Please stop. You can show that in. So that Monday, I asked him, well, I told him, I said, basically, so my dealer wasn't going to be there that morning. So I went, they told me that the paint guy wasn't there. He doesn't show up till 11. And so I went home waiting for him, got called an hour later. Came back. He told me, he said, I don't know if anybody had told you, but it takes a full day. So I don't know if you want to leave it here and you can have somebody come get you or what. And I said, well, I mean, I can try to call my husband. And then I thought about it. Like, his truck doesn't fit all of us in it because we have the 3 car seats. And my best friend who would be able to fit us, she just moved. So I really had nobody. I would have to use like a loaner car from them or whatever. So I said, I'm just going to have to come in next week and do it. Can you please stop? And so I informed my dealer what they had told me, and he goes, I'll go ahead and look into getting you a loaner car, blah, blah, blah. Roll around to November 21st. He said, can you get me the VIN number? I just want to make sure the last 6 numbers are correct. And I said, yeah, hold on. The paper that they gave me, I put that VIN number in. He goes, awesome, thank you. I said, no problem. He said, I'm sorry, was that the one that was on the windshield? Jackson, can you please lower your voice?
Okay.
I said, no, that was off the paper that you guys had given me. He goes, oh, can you give me the one that's on the windshield and take a picture? So I sent what was on the windshield, and then I sent him the picture. He goes, okay, so Monday when you come in to drop off the car, we're going to have to do paperwork. I said, okay, why? He goes, apparently what we have, the paperwork's wrong, like the numbers are wrong. So the VIN that is on the van they had given me, this is now a month later, is completely different from what is on the van. So their paper and what is on the van is completely different. And so I had went searching, because I'm nosy, and the car comes up on, the VIN that is on it, comes up saying that the car had been in an accident in May, I think. And when I go and search theirs, it comes up clean, like nothing's wrong with it, whatever. Well, I had made the comment to him, and it also, the van comes up LX in both of them, and the car says EX. So that's like the middle model instead of the second model or whatever. And so, come to find out, apparently whatever's going on, I have no idea about all the things. Can you, and last Monday, because today is December 2nd, so I dropped it off, what was last Monday? I don't even know. Oh my god, okay. What was last Monday? The 26th. I dropped it off the 26th. That day was rainy. They had told me that, you know, with rain, that they don't do the paint jobs because that could ruin the paint. I said, okay, that's fine. Perfectly fine. So, let's see. The 28th, I'd given it a day because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday were fine here. There was no rain. It was a little windy, but no rain. So, I had asked him that afternoon. I had, you know, said, is there any update on my van? He goes, tomorrow. I said, okay, so it's supposed to be ready tomorrow, meaning Thursday, because I asked him Wednesday on the 28th. He said, yes, it should be. I said, okay, cool. And then I asked around, like, an estimate time of when I could get it. And he goes, it would probably be later in that day. I said, okay. So I'd asked Thursday at 4:30 on the 29th if it was done yet. Because obviously it was getting late. It was supposed to be done later that day. Hadn't heard anything since when I asked Wednesday. He goes, unfortunately, it's not. I'm so sorry. Frank told me tomorrow. I said, okay, that's fine. Do we have a time? He goes, I'll know more in the morning. I said, all right. So I asked Friday morning on the 30th if there was any update. And he goes, it'll be later today. I said, okay. That was at 10:40 in the morning. He then texts me around 4 and says, because the weather has cooperated, it won't be ready until Monday. And I said, I thought you had said it would be ready today. He said, the painters started today. It then started to rain. They paint outside. So they had had my car since the 26th of November. It's now December 2nd, and it'll be December 3rd tomorrow when I'm supposedly supposed to have my car back. With everything that's going on with the car and then the weird VIN numbers, I'm just so over this whole thing. Like, I feel like I'm getting screwed, and I don't want to think that I am, but I feel like I'm getting screwed for numerous reasons.
What?
But to top it off,
What?
they've had my car. I'm going to give them 4 days because they didn't do anything Monday because it was raining. So Tuesday, the 27th, they could have done something. Wednesday, they could have done something. My car was supposedly supposed to be ready Thursday when I asked Wednesday. So it seems like it just keeps getting pushed back and back and back. And it's the most frustrating thing. On top of it, the loaner car that they gave me, it only has a middle row. And because I have 2 convertible car seats and then an infant car seat, I have to lean up both of the convertible car seats that are inside to get the infant car seat in the middle. So that on top of not having my car for a week, I still have to, there's so much that's just so frustrating with it. I have no answers about the VIN or anything else, and I feel like they're just going to come back tomorrow and be like, oh, we didn't get to do it today. We'll have to, it'll be another day. And I can't, like, the loaner car that they let me borrow barely had any gas in it. So I'm trying to save that gas because I don't want to put gas in a car that's not mine in it until we drop it off. And so I'm just sitting here waiting. But more of what had come up when searching these VIN numbers. I had searched in the VIN number that was on my car. Because again, like I said, I'm nosy. So the VIN number that is on my car I had typed. Oh, now it's not going to do it, is it? Unless I missed something. Well, when I first searched it, oh my gosh, I can't remember if I thought to show you guys. Where did it go? When I went to search up my VIN, this is what had popped up. So that is the same car, but it's a different color, and then searching that one in more detail, it just blows my mind. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have some more answers as to why the VIN was all messed up, as one VIN that's on the car shows an accident, nobody decided to say anything, and why they gave me a completely different VIN number. Because it's not like it's off by like 2 numbers or like 1 number, like your finger might have pressed a 6 instead of a 7 or whatever. It's literally off by like last 6. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have some more updates. I am doing Vlogmas, so this is going to be Vlogmas Day 2. I know that it's not really that wonderful vlog, but I'm just trying to give you guys an update as to why I was gone for so long. I was also sick for a full week prior to even getting the car, where I had no voice, and I thought that would be a really good way to vlog. So we'll see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 3.